Hello, everybody. This is Mickey Mao with CartoonMoneyPrinters.com. Today is March 5th, Friday, 2025. No Epstein files, so sad news. Sad news, pandas. I am joined today by KerMixAlot. Why don't you go ahead and say hey, brother?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Can you move your mic a little closer?
Oh, absolutely.
There we go.
All right, hey everybody.
Hey. So, yeah, do you want to tell everybody what we're going to be going over today?
So I've been doing a back test on my system, and basically, I've done it so that I'm only going to be trading during the time that it's the most easiest and comfortable for me to trade, and that's 6 a.m. to noon my time, and then we'll show the sheets. I handwritten them down, and I'm just gonna kind of go over some of the statistics to kind of give you an idea of what's the best times to be alert to trade and what's the best scenarios based off of the RSI, the par price action reader that we use for our indicator. And, yeah. So, you have anything else, Mickey, or?
No. Go to www.cartoonmoneyprinters.com. You can get full access to all of our suite of indicators and access to the group here. Hey, what's up, Astronaut?
Hey, buddy.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Great.
Good.
Just the three of us. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna be going over some back testing that I've done with par, and only taking trades between like 6 a.m. and noon. Well, actually, like 1 or 2 days was afternoon, but basically just during those times. And Mickey has the sheets. They're handwritten. I'm gonna start going over those and kind of take it from there.
All right, well, give me a moment to get all that rendered up.
Sure.
I'm assuming you want to start with Tuesday?
Monday. I want to start with Mondays. Yeah, we have a case of the Mondays.
You want to start with Friday? No, I'm just messing with you.
I didn't do Friday yet, so I will add a additional video with Friday. I'm probably not gonna get in to everything today, so anything left out, I'll do a continuation video for sure. But this will give you a really good idea of when is the best time and what is the best situation to look for. Right? We'll go from there.
All right. Well, let me bring Monday up on the screen here. Hold on.
Alrighty.
Let me actually. There we go.
Take your time.
Yep, we're good.
Okay, let me get back in. Alright, so you got Monday up on the chat, right?
Did I say it was Friday today? Or is it Wednesday? I don't know. I'm all fucked up.
It's Wednesday.
Yeah, it's Wednesday.
I'm always on Wednesday. I don't see the paper.
I know, it's on my screen.
Oh, okay. Is there a way to show it or no?
Yeah, I'm sure we could
So people can look at it. All right. Now, if I'm watching the screen, I can't. Well, I don't really need to. I'm not really going to be going over.
Okay.
What happened?
No, it's fine.
Oh, wow, that's really bright. Is there a way to? I mean, you of all people should be hating that.
It's I dimmed my monitor.
Oh, my eye! It's really bright. I mean, maybe it was the way I took the picture of it.
Yeah.
I mean, all right, it's all right. It doesn't need to be perfect. All right, so basically, what I did is I I went day by day, and I went back about 3 months, right? And I said, okay, I kind of wanted to get an idea which days are the best as far as the most lucrative, but also the ones that are the most clear on my indicator. And I'll have to say, Monday and Wednesdays fit the bill on both clarity and lucrativity, if I'm saying that right. So I went back 3 months. I did December, January, and February. I didn't touch, the last couple days for March. So don't pay too much attention to like the colored markers. But Mickey? Is there a way to turn the music down a little bit?
I can do it on your end.
Oh.
Yeah, just right click the stream that you're watching, and then you can adjust the volume.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, got it. All right. So through the back testing, I'll go through the stats, okay, and then I'll go through the situations. So with the price action reader, I'm going to take trades based off of three things. Okay, three major things. There's going to be some nuances here and there, but this is really going to cover 99% of all my trades. I'm either going to take a trade based off of the 15-minute, 30-minute ribbon, the bear div, or the bull div. Okay, so that's one situation. Bear, bull. I mean, it's a divergence. Bear, bull, divergence, and then the second situation is a divergence gap. And let me go ahead and show an example for people that may be new to it. Let me take a look at Monday. All right, there was a nice bull on January 6th. So let me go to Bitcoin. So this is situation one, and out of the.
Are you showing your screen now?
I'm showing. You don't see the chart?
Well, I know, but I've got this on my screen.
Yes, show the chart right now. Sorry, people are gonna go back to mine. Okay. So an example, I'll just do the bull div because bear div is just inverse from the top, bull div's from the bottom. So let me go to Bitcoin. Okay. And I'm going to go to January 6th. This is probably, and this was a Monday. Okay. Right here. Go to January 6th. J6. Look at that. Doesn't want to take me there. January 6th. Right. Go to. There we go. Trading View was being a little pain in the butt there. All right, so January 6th. All right. So I'm gonna focus right here. Okay. So that was a long at 9:30 to 9:45, right? Which was right here. Okay. I will draw out the bull div. So you had the bottom here from like 5:45, 6 o'clock. And I notice this happens a lot. Like you'll get a bottom a few hours before New York Open, and then they'll come down and retest it. It seems to happen quite often, actually. So here is the price dropping by a little bit, and the 1530, the yellow ribbon right here on par, a really steep move and a much higher bottom. So that was a really strong bull div, and the 4 and the 12 were trending upwards. So this had everything that I could possibly want. There's a couple other indicators that also were in confluence with that. And with that trade, one BTC trade, even if you got it up here, 99.2, and got up to 102.3 in a matter of an hour and a half, right? So that I wrote on the sheet there. If you when you go back to the sheet, you'll see January 6th was approximate amount of $3,000 trading one BTC. So this is the best situation on the price action reader is the bull or bear div. All right, so I just wanted to point that out. And my price just went up. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, so the next situation is a divergence gap. I'm gonna show. Let me go to December 2nd. I need to shut some tabs down. Okay. Bitcoin, date December 2nd. And so this is situation number 2, and it's called the divergence gap. And it's better if you go with the trend, but if it's enough of a divergence gap, you can still take the trade. It's just always going to be better with the trend, okay? So on this one, the trade was around 11 o'clock. All right, it was right here, okay? We're trending down. It broke structure right here, and it came up to retest it. The 4-hour was coming down. The 12-hour was coming down. And right here, this giant gap with the 1530 coming away from the 4-hour gave your short signal right here as it went into overbought, and the 1530 both started pointing down, and that's this candle right here, a bearish engulfing. And with that, even if you took it right here, 96.9 down to easy 94.6, and that was a $2,400 gain on that short. So that's the second situation. And then the third, which is much, much rare, but always, I wouldn't say always, but 90% of the time, really, really pay off, and they're par gaps. Okay, so the example I have on that, I'm going to go to December 17th, and that is also a short, and that was on a Tuesday.
It says 16th on your notes here for Mondays.
No, I'm on Tuesday. I'm looking at the par gap on Tuesday.
Well, let me know because I gotta. Let me see here.
No, well, nobody needs to see the list right now. I'm just showing an example of the third situation, which is par gaps.
Okay.
We can show that later. But I just wanted the list up to kind of see, kind of the work I did and how I, wrote everything down. So here's Tuesday, and on the 17th, and that was at 10 o'clock was the short, and that's right here. Okay, so that was also a bearish engulfing. It was also a bearish divergence on the 1530, but I'm going to point out the par gap on that, and I'm going to open this up a little. So let me get the draw tool here. Okay, so all three ribbons were in overbought, and as soon as the 1530 starts to make its way down, that's when the par gap is completed and confirmed right here on this candle. Even if you got the bottom of the candle, that was at 107, and before the end of the day, well, actually, Yeah, this is Tuesday at midnight. It came down to 103.6. So that was a good 103, 107.3, 107. So that was almost $4,000 move on Bitcoin. So that's a par gap. Those are going to be rare. There's one more example that I want to show. And you know what's interesting? The par gaps did not pay as much as the bear and bull divergences on this backtesting. And that was something that I learned. So I'm really going to focus on just really looking for the bear and bull divs on a daily basis. That's going to be pretty much your bread and butter if you're using the price action reader. So I wanted to just share some stats. Out of 50 total trades, this was not including Fridays. So Monday, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, all from the beginning of December. I'm only focused on weekdays here, and I'm only focused between 6 a.m. and noon to take the trade. It's a 6-hour time frame during the day. For me, it's going to be the most easiest for me to trade and be at the desk. But out of 50 trades, bull or bear divergences was 30 of the 50. Right? So even if you miss the divergence gaps, the par gaps, and there's the last one I have not talked about, and it's a lot more complex to find them, and it's just basically a continuation trade. When everything's already going in your direction and the 1530 just makes a kind of a dippy-do down, and then you take it for a trade up. I will show that example. Why not? That'll be the fourth situation. So continuation, all right, that would be on January 21st. Let me look that up for you. And then I'm going to get into the best times out of that time window. And that's basically it. I just wanted to talk about the best situations and the best time to really increase your chances of getting good trades. All right, so January 21st at 11 o'clock. That's right here. Okay, this is a continuation trade. All right, because from midnight or even like a little bit, like 11 o'clock the day before, we already were in an uptrend, right? But I'm sleeping. So I'm not always going to get the bottom, right? And then I get up at 6, I'm starting to look, but I'm certainly not going to take a trade with the 1530 way up here and overbought. I'm certainly not going to do that. I could have taken a short here. That would have been a quick trade, right? That was at market open 9:30. But with the 4-hour coming up, I'd rather just take the bounce. And as soon as the 1530 comes down and then it starts to turn up right here, you could take the trade. Now, you obviously don't want to buy the top of this whopping candle, but even if you did, you're still fine. And that was a continuation trade. Let me see what that yielded. Well, I said about $1,000. So yeah, you figured you'd get in around 105, and you could have easily rode that up to 106.6. All right, so that was about a $1,600 move on a continuation trade. And out of the 50 trades, there's like 6 of those. But some of those included a bear or bull div. So you could completely ignore continuation trades and still get out of the 50 trades between bull and bear divergences and divergence gap. That's about 41 trades, right? So you really could just ignore those and just let those go. All right, so those are the situations. And then as far as times, I went and checked off each half hour from like 7 to noon. And out of 50 trades again, between 9:30 and 10, was 12 of the 50. Between 10 and 10:30 was 5, and between 9 and 9:30 was 4, and between 8:30 and 9 was 6 trades. So bear with me. So between 8:30 and 10:30, it's only a 2-hour window, right? You had 17, 22, and 6. You had about 28 of the 50 trades. Okay. So this is kind of narrowing it down to when is the best time. And I would do that if, like you say, you're trading London or Asia. Pick your total time window that you like to trade, 5 or 6 hours, and then really try to narrow it down. I would imagine that Asia is probably going to be pretty similar because I think it opens around 8:30, 9:30, depending on when we have our daylight savings time.
And don't forget, they're a day ahead, so their trading day is the beginning of what would be tomorrow's trading day for us.
Right. So these are some really cool things that you can learn backtesting. Your situation on your trades, which ones come up the most, and which time of day. And 8:30 to 10:30 is your bread and butter if you're trading New York. And out of the 3 sessions, New York, London, and Asia, um, I did a back testing on that, pretty extensive to say. So out of the 3 sessions, New York had 3 times the volatility, London 2 times, and Asia 1 time. All right, in comparison to each other. So if you can trade New York, if not, the second best, in my opinion, through my back testing is London, and then Asia would be in third. And I was saying in the group that I think that the 2 to 3 hours before each 12-hour candle is a really good time to start looking for setups and kind of figuring out what is trending in your direction, and then you just look for that little dip or little rip. You know, if it's trending down, you look for a little liquidity grab to the upside. For longing, you're looking for the little grab down to the downside, and that's pretty much it. You got any questions on that, Mickey, Astronaut?
I'm good. Astronaut, do you have anything?
He might have stepped out.
Yeah, so I just want to give a good like synopsis here. It is highly recommended to trade during market sessions, session of your choice, due to the fact that traders are going to be actively trading within those time frames, and you're going to see the biggest volume periods happen in those times. You'll see the biggest movements, and you're able to capture movements with the whales. As far as the Asia session versus the New York session, the Asia session begins Sunday night for us in the States. So keep that in mind when you're choosing your trading sessions, that Sunday is an actual trading day starting Sunday evening if you're East Coast.
That's true. Yeah, a lot of people don't think about that
Yeah,
in the
so
US.
when Friday comes around, people are like, "What? It's dead after New York session." Well, yeah, because it's their Saturday.
Right. That's right. Friday after New York, it dies, but Sunday night, you also have CME open at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You have the new candle at 7. Well, it'll be 8 in a few days when we have a spring forward time change, and then Asia opens right after that. So it's a good time to kind of see what's trending and yeah, playing your trades. Now, if you Mickey, if you want to share the 4 sheets, I just want to point out the potential that one could have made off of 1 Bitcoin. Right?
Do you want me to start with Monday?
Sure. And actually, Wednesday beat out Monday, but Monday seemed like
Do you want to just go over
the
the beginning of like what this is, what they're looking at?
yeah. So what I did for my back testing was I went to um the I went to each Monday, right, to get the sheet for Mondays, and I started from the beginning of December, and I went to each Monday and I looked from 6 a.m. to noon as to where I had the signal on my indicator, the price action reader, and what time that signal was on, and what the potential move in 1 Bitcoin would have been. So you're looking at Mickey's sheet here. I know it's a little bit bright. Apologize for that. But if you look from the bottom up, right, 12.2, and you have the times a few columns over, that was when the trade signaled. And then to the right, which is really hard to read, but that's the situation, whether it was a bear bull div, a divergence gap, a par gap, or a continuation trade. Oh, good. Thanks for zooming in. So with Mondays, just taking the trade only between 6 and noon. And on Monday, there was no trades after 11. Actually, one was at 11:15. So it feels like Monday, they make a decision really early, the market makers. I mean, usually by 10, it's heading in the direction that it's going to go, and it's usually going to go for most of the day on Monday. Monday seems to be very directional. So if you get in a trade at 9:30, right, and you had your signal and it's working out even into 10:30, 11, there's a really good chance that's going to continue pretty close toward the end of New York, or 6 p. The start of the next candle in crypto. So that was what I noticed. I just wanted to share that. And if you only traded Mondays and you took the trade and you rode it to the top of the move, now I'm talking about the top of the move within that day, right? I'm not even talking about if you held it overnight. You could have stacked away 38,000 trading one full Bitcoin on Mondays. Now on Tuesdays, I mean, you could show the sheet if you want. Just want to talk about the anomalies. So Tuesday, every trade was before 11:15, except for one day, and it was a really quick in and out too. So even if you waited till 1:15, I probably would have missed that because that's outside my window. But I think that gave you 2,400 like really quickly, like within an hour or two. Tuesdays, even if you just traded Tuesdays for the last 3 months, you could have stacked away 35K from trading one Bitcoin. Not as lucrative as Monday, and the trades were not. The confluence on the trades on Tuesday were not quite as great as Monday, right? So, I so far I really like Mondays, and now if we look at Wednesday, right? Wednesday actually beat Monday in being lucrative, and it even had Christmas. So we don't even count that day. If that was a regular day, this would have been over 40K, right? And if you notice the circles to the right, when it's green like that, that means everything was in confluence. So
What circles?
Being
You mean the circles to the left?
the dates, see how the dates are circled? Now I didn't get to the top 3 yet because I haven't finished my work on it. But I have a feeling those are going to be pretty good too. But if you look at the dates and how they're circled, that just means that everything was smooth and very much in confluence. So actually, Wednesday is even beating Monday as far as my favorite day. So if I had to choose one day to trade, it would be Wednesday. And the only thing with Wednesday is sometimes the trades are going to happen a little bit later. You had 3 days there where you take the trade at noon and 1 p.m. 3 of those days on Wednesdays. So actually, no, 4. Right? So the trades don't come in as early um, as Mondays. So you might have to adjust the time a little bit. Now, again, this is only 3 months of back testing. This doesn't mean that it would have been the same for September, October, November, but you can always continue doing this to really nail down what's going to be the best time for you to trade. So, like on Monday, I want to trade between 8:30 and 10:30. On Wednesday, I may have to kind of come back into the charts after 11 o'clock. All right, so Thursday. If you want to show Thursday, that was also there was one day that there was no play at all. It was just complete chop within like a $500-600 range. It was a disgusting day to even think about trading. And there was a few days where there was like no gain at all. I mean,
And one thing to consider too is, like, Thursdays are the setup for Fridays Asia. So there's going to be a lot of like indecisiveness, or people are going to be exiting positions for the week.
That's a good point. Yeah, and Thursday was weird. There'd be like tiny win days, and then if you look at on December 5th, that short, which was only an 8-hour, like you're in the trade for 8 hours. It was a $10,000 move. That was on December 5th. That was a good one. And the good thing with that, everything lined up. It was a bear div. The 4-hour and 12-hour were going in the right direction.
What does this green, red, and blue circle mean?
So that's just kind of like just something for me. Green means it was perfect confluence. Red means it was, the confluence was pretty contrary. And blue means that, the trend was just kind of flat. So, actually, if you look at Monday at the top, the green is with the trend. Sorry, the green is with the trend, 4-hour and 12-hour. Red is against the trend, and blue means maybe the 4 was with the trend and the 12 was, it was kind of like there wasn't exact confluence there. So there's only a couple days where it was blue. Most days are green, right? So you could, and like Wednesday, you could say, hey, I'm only going to trade with the trend. You would have made every single penny on Wednesday. That 38,000. Even if you said, okay, I'm only going to trade with the trend, which is what you should do anyway. But on Thursday, there was a lot of red circles. There's a lot of trades against the trend. Like you said, you have that indecisiveness. So my synopsis is Thursdays are a much trickier day. And you got to be pretty on top of it. Now, I haven't gotten to Friday yet, so that's where I'll do a little bit of a continuation video.
I expect negative results on Friday.
Negative?
Yeah,
No.
like I expect because I bet Fridays are pretty hard to trade.
Well, the you got to realize these are potential earnings. These aren't. I mean, you could have, you know, there could have been days where you read on this too, but
Yeah.
this is a potential. So it's not going to be red, but I don't think it's going to be as good. But we'll find out.
Um,
So
so one note that I want to make out of all this is journaling. Journaling is a very useful tool. I highly recommend it. Not financial advice, of course, but this is backtesting journaling, which also is a good way to extrapolate data, um, to find out what is optimal for you in many different ways. In KerMixAlot's method here, he's backtesting to find days and time sessions that he would like to trade in.
right.
That gives the most optimal entries and wins for him. So, um, I highly recommend journaling. There's a bunch of stuff out there. Tracking your trades, super. Like we have a we partner with Investly, and there's a way that you can track every single trade. You just got to enter into the bot there, and it'll track the trade for you, entries, exits, TPs. So there are definitely tools out there that'll help you optimize and stay profitable.
And I think yeah, backtest uh, backtest your system and find out which parts of your system is going to yield the most, and then also what time of day does your system typically give you a signal. So this doesn't mean that the best trade is at this time. This means that with my system, these are the times that I'm getting the best signals. Right now, somebody might have a different system that gave them a signal 2 hours before, and maybe yielded 4,000 instead of $3,000 move on Bitcoin. Right, but um, this helps you to know how best to use your system, right? So your system is a tool, and you know, knowing how to use it the best is going to, it's going to build your house the best that you can. So
Sweet.
that's it. It's a shorter one today. I mean, if there's any question, you got RT in here. Any questions? Take the mic off and ask away. But it's all recorded, so don't worry about if you missed anything. You can go back in. All right. You can throw something up in chat. We'll give it like 2 minutes, and then I'll probably head off. What's Cardano up to? Narrow. And RT, thanks for helping me find those CPRs. Yeah, if you are gonna do it, just hit me up and say, hey, I'll check the CPRs, and you can do, A through M. Just let me know, and then that way I only have to cover 13 letters instead of 26. But the list today is very lengthy, the CPR list. So there's going to be, I think, a lot of movement just overall.
Well, there was that tweet by that guy that said something about March 7th, and then he bought a bunch of Bitcoin.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll see what's happening that day. It's been a news-packed week, a news-packed month, to say the least. Lots of things going
somebody was like, Trump, please no crypto news for a while. No, I mean, I remember when he was in last time. I traded stocks more when Trump was in office, and man, if you saw movement in the market, he tweeted something.
Yeah.
And now that's happening with all the markets. It was a lot less crypto because that was what 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Or-
Look up the
yeah,
NAS real quick, because the tariffs did go into effect. So it's just look at
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you check the NASDAQ before you trade Bitcoin since you are specifically doing it during market hours?
no, I don't.
it's
I don't know if I don't know if I should. I know you'll say that I should, and I probably should. Yeah, make a flag.
you want to go to the hourly?
Oh. You got I mean, super narrow CPR for tomorrow, but that's way ahead. So this thing could, but because of this, I think we're gonna get some big movement soon.
What
You
is
had
this? What did you point at when you said because of this?
the narrow CPR right here.
The forecasted one?
Yeah, the forecasted one. Because
When does
it
they overlap? When is that forecast one taking?
okay, this
Does that
this is not
forecasted one?
the forecasted one will not solidify until 7 p.m. tomorrow, right?
Which is the end of the current purple bar?
Exactly. I don't know
Okay.
why it's overlapped. It's just kind of a yeah, don't pay. This really should be moved out. But because it's so narrow, and I'm not saying it's going to move like the second or even in the next few hours, but this narrow it's a very uncomfortable position for price. So it's gonna move away, either up or down, at some point. Like I don't see it staying flat. What are your are you in a trade on NAS 100 right now?
I'm on a long based on the squeeze, the smasher,
Okay.
We got
but it's pretty tight.
yeah, we got a red dot looking like it wants to print.
On the 1 hour?
On the 1 hour.
Yeah, that's gonna roll over in the overnight. Not looking good for me.
I mean, yeah, the money flows getting a little wider too. But you got the 12-hour. You have a bull div on the 12-hour, right here to here. So I don't see this get taken out anytime soon. Not for this week. That's what I think. And you also had a bull div on the 4. It was a bull div on the 4 and the 12 right here. So this is really
Yeah, I traded
strong.
that low.
Good.
I did really well trading that low up to some of the highs.
That was a par. You traded a par gap right there.
Yeah, it was.
All three ribbons were down there.
It's been slammed. Par on the NASDAQ has been slammed at the bottom, and then the 3060 just keeps shooting up every now and then.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean this was a nice par on the 4 and 12, but yeah, that 1530 came up. It kind of ruined it here for the short. Actually, this is pretty clear on this. Alright. But yeah. I don't know. You think that's going to come down? I mean, there's a lot of support right now. Pretty open up here.
Bring it to the daily.
Right, well, daily I can't really use bar that well, but I
I
can
mean,
use.
yeah, it looks like we're bottoming out. Those dojis there, it could be a long day.
Yeah.
Your 720.
Yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow's looking long.
Yeah, I agree with that because it also, this candle, it came out of that candle and then it reclaimed it. So it's still in discount right now too.
You had a green dot print there too. So
And you have a green dot, yep. Now that's not, is that confirmed, that green dot? On the daily?
no, I don't think so. But it's printing regardless.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Dailies rarely have like double back-to-back prints.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean like the continuations. I don't know. It might be different on the NAS. Like each
Oh,
clone
okay.
will have a different read on the.
But
on the,
this green dot can go away if we fell, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all
I
right.
think so. I think
So
the candle
it's-
has to close before it prints.
Okay, so yeah, so this green dot is not solid until tomorrow at 7.
Yeah. When the
Okay.
day close happens.
Yeah. But I mean, you got some volume right here. Like institutions definitely bought right here. Look at that. Big ass volume candle, and they all bought that dip. So that's a bullish doji. This is a bullish doji. So maybe Bitcoin and Ethereum both continue doing well tomorrow. I just want a little dip in the morning. That's all I want. I want to get up at 6 and it pulls back like, $2,000 and boom. That's all I want. It's not too much to ask for. RT, you, oh, here you go. Going over what you had up. Let's see. Oh, very nice. Good job. Alright, so, RT, I got the CPR list, but it's rather extensive. So, I guess just pick the ones off of there that you like the most, like a Cardano or something, just, and then, yeah, take it when you get signals. Awesome. All right. Anything pressing, astronaut Mickey?
Not immediately. Yeah, let's go ahead and call it here. Astronaut,
Alright.
Are you good?
Yeah, thanks for glancing at the NASDAQ.
All right.
Always appreciate it.
Yeah.
It looks like it'll be a good day tomorrow.
Yeah. All right,
I mean,
everybody.
trend is up. So, all right. Good night.
All right. Thanks for joining us. If you want to get access to us, cartoonmoneyprinters.com.